Matthew.
Sure.
Periscope question?
We'll see. There's quite a few of them. But I wanted to ask first, actually, about this airstrike in Yemen. Reported airstrike that hit a hotel and killed either 35 or 40 people. Does either the envoy, Ismail Sheikh Ahmed, or anyone in the UN system, can they confirm how many people were killed? And can you give now a readout of that meeting with the King Salman Center? We got a very rosy picture from the head of the center at the stakeout. But what does the Secretary General believe that the safeguards that were described at the stakeout are being taken by the Saudi-led coalition?
I think it's two different things. First of all, on the attack, we've seen the reports of the attack on the hotel just outside of Sana'a. We've seen the reports that there's been numerous casualties, many people wounded. We're not in a position to confirm it. Our colleagues at the Human Rights Office I'm told, are investigating the incidents. What is clear is that any attack on civilians is unacceptable, and this is a message we've often repeated, and we will continue to repeat. I think, as I said, the King Salman Center is a partner of the United Nations in humanitarian work. As far as the coalition and the military side, I think we have made it clear in repeated briefings to the Security Council our concern that parties to the conflict are inflicting huge damage on civilian infrastructure and are just adding to the suffering of the Yemeni people.
But at their joint stakeout, the permanent representative of Saudi Arabia said that he's fully in touch with the United Nations system about possible relisting on the children in armed conflict. So I'm just wondering, one, did he attend the Secretary General's meeting with the King Salman Center? Did the permanent representative attend? And did this issue come up, or is it only being discussed with Ms. Gamba?
I don't know if he attended. It wouldn't be surprising to me that he did attend. Often, permanent representatives, as a matter of course, attend meetings with visiting delegations. The Secretary General will make a decision on the Children in Armed Conflict report. It will be a decision that he will feel is the right decision, and that's irregardless of the pressures he may be receiving from both outside the House and inside the House.
To ask you on this appointment of Jane Connors. First, I wanted to understand whether the scope of this victim's advocate would it include, for example, the people allegedly, the people that died, but allegedly due to the UN's introduction of cholera into Haiti, and other types of UN victims, or only sexual abuse by peacekeepers? And then I have.
It is not. It is focused on sexual exploitation and abuse.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you, I've seen and reported on this new case that's been found in MINUSCA of a Cameroonian soldier. It's listed as child rape. These are the words. And so I'm just wondering, it says, all the right things, payments suspended, TCC pending, UN pending. But given that there were previous allegations against the Cameroonian contingent in CAR, I'm going over the website as best as I can, and I don't see there are no outcomes. I know that this is a new development to actually list allegations, but can we find out, just using the Cameroonian contingent as an example, whatever happened? What?
We'll see what we can get. But as I said, is part of our efforts is increasing the transparency, and as you can and anybody can go on the website, the CDU website, and get regular updates as to the cases.
But if Pete, I thought that the issue for now was that the TCC was supposed to act in the first instance, and if they didn't, the UN did. Here, this one is listed as TCC pending and UN pending. Can you explain, what triggers a double investigation, and at what point can the UN act itself?
I have to look into the details of the case. The sponsorship by the permanent mission of Suriname was withdrawn, and the event was then canceled.
Ask a follow-up. I asked you about the event yesterday, and I emailed you right after the briefing questions about how the UN had vetted the listed as the NGO sponsor, World Development Foundation, and its affiliated for-profit World Financial Group Holdings. You never have answered that, but I'm wondering. I guess by Suriname. I've seen the ambassador of Suriname down by conference room 4, and they've offered to have an interview with him. So there's more going on here. I guess my question is, do you feel that the UN had sufficiently vetted this event that was to have taken place today, that they said would be webcast, et cetera? What do you believe? you're not going to answer why they withdrew their. What happened? What has any vetting of NGOs / for-profit entities having events inside the UN? The allegation wasn't that they were charging money; it was that they were giving money to gain access. What vetting took place?
There are procedures in place, and all these events are looked at. The event, Suriname withdrew the sponsorship, and obviously an event cannot be sponsored by an NGO, and therefore the event, the room reservation was withdrawn.
But what about Guyana? They're also listed as a sponsor.
They had withdrawn some time ago, was my understanding. Mr. Lee.
Sure, thanks a lot. I'm going to ask about killer robots, which I was going to do yesterday, but I want to just say that the NGO sponsor of that event asked Intercity Press to take down its article written about it and offered an interview with the ambassador of Suriname. So there's more going on here, I think, than you're letting on.
That's between you and them.
I know, but why was the event?
Did
you look at it when I sent you the thing? Did you feel comfortable with the event?
I can only speak to the facts as I know them.
All right, here's the killer robot one. As you may have seen, Elon Musk and other high-profile, high-tech people have written an open letter to the UN saying that what's called killer robots, automated killing machines for the use in war, should be prohibited in some way by the UN. Does the Secretary General have any view on the appropriateness of killer robots?
I think it would be easier to say that killer robots are not appropriate. But I think on a broader point, and I think our head of disarmament made that point in a recent speech, is that it's clear that the regulatory framework that exists, the global regulatory framework on weapons, has not caught up with the technology as it exists today. And it's a discussion that needs to be had at an international, within a multilateral setting.
And just finally, there was a swearing in of 3 officials this morning, including the Undersecretary General of DESA. And previously, those type of events have been photo ops for non-UN photo press. Today, it wasn't. What changed between July 11th when an identical event was open?
If you are in need of photos, we can provide them free of charge.
What happened? Are we going backwards in terms of access?
We're always going forward.
I don't think so. July 11th was open, and August 24th was closed.